Tanika, just unmute yourself.
Sorry. Welcome everyone to tonight's event. It is Tuesday the 6th of December and tonight I'm super excited to be launching 3 amazing ladies into our team. So thank you to everyone of their families and friends who have jumped on tonight to support them. I know it definitely means so much to these girls to have that support. And I remember when I was first starting out and, you know, seeing some of my close friends and family on the screen to support me was, you know, very meaningful, and it really means a lot. So thanks guys for jumping on at this time of night. So tonight we have Hayley, Kirsty and Christy all launching, so that's pretty exciting and you'll get to hear from those girls very soon. But first of all, just a little bit about myself. I've been in the Juice Plus business now for just over 12 months and Kylie introduced me to the business. So Kylie and I have actually been friends since we were studying teaching like over 20 years ago now, so yeah, we're pretty old. And yeah, basically I just kind of got a bit curious as to what she was up to. She was doing some posts on Facebook, which you guys could relate to this as well. And I kind of reached out to her and wanted to know a bit more. At the time I was working 5 days a week at a school. I also have 3 kids who keep me very, very busy, and my husband has his own business as well and works 70 plus hours. So I kind of got to a point in my life where I really needed to find something else. I was very emotionally stressed and pulled in every which way, and I basically, I suppose, realised that, you know, there had to be a better way. There had to be a better way where I wasn't trading time for money and being told when I needed to turn up and when I could take holidays, etc., etc. So basically the rest is history. I got to retire from my traditional job this year and I now get to do this full time, which is amazing. So tonight, first of all, I'm just going to cover a little bit about our product. So for those of you who don't know what our product is actually called, it's called Juice Plus. These are our little magic beans right here. So we have fruits, veggies and berry capsules. So these are all vine ripened, so they've been let ripen to their full potential until they're packed full of nutrients and vitamins, and they're not picked until they're at their prime peakness, so, ripeness. So once they're picked, they're dehydrated at very, very low temperatures, which removes the sugar content and the water content, and basically what we're left with is a powder form. Now this powder form is encapsulated into a vegan capsule, and it's super, super safe for anyone to take. So we have lots of breastfeeding mums on our product, we have pregnant ladies on our product, elderly, like kids, you know, it's totally safe for everybody. And I suppose one of the first things that really got my attention was the label on the back. So it's actually a whole food label. So we have things like on the berries, we have things like blackberry, blackcurrant, elderberry, raspberry, like, you know, just words that you can actually pronounce. You're not looking at the back of the label and there's all numbers and synthetic products. So that really got my attention because I was like, you know, wow, there's only just pure fruits and veggies in these. And these days, like, people are really struggling to get enough nutrients into their bodies, and especially kids as well. So there's just been a study done recently actually, and there's less than 1% of children who are getting the recommended daily allowance worldwide. So, you know, that's just crazy, and disease is going to just take over. And I think they're actually saying now that it's the first time ever that we could actually outlive our kids, which is pretty scary, you know. Because they're not getting these nutrients that they need, we could be outliving them. So that's a pretty scary thought. So we actually have one of the biggest health studies in the world. So we have over 1 million children on our product, which is pretty amazing. So for every adult that goes onto our capsules, we get to sponsor a child onto our product for free. So they can come in a chewable form, which is the veggie and the fruit chews here, which are really, really amazing. I actually have to hide these in the fridge now from my girls, and I actually sneak them in the afternoon if I feel like something, you know, a little bit of a sweet sugar fix. They don't actually have sugar, they just have a natural sugar in it, but they also have tapioca, which just makes it into a nice chewy form for the kids. So they're kind of like, if you just imagine those raspberry lollies that we can get from the shops, they're basically that size and that kind of consistency, but they have 17 different fruits and veggies in them. So, you know, before my girls, or my youngest one has the chews, before she leaves for school every single day, I'm giving her these. And it's just really peace of mind just knowing that, you know, before they walk out the door and they're off to school, they're actually getting 17 different fruits and veggies into their little bodies. And my daughter, actually, her teacher just messaged me a couple of weeks ago saying that she's really noticed that Evie's concentration levels have really improved and extended. So that was pretty awesome. And it's basically just down to Juice Plus, because that's the only thing that's really changed in her, you know, with her eating habits and stuff like that. So obviously a lot of people ask, is it going to fix this? Is it going to fix that? And we can't make those kind of claims. We can't say that it's definitely going to cure this or fix this. But what we do know is every single person is different. And as long as you're flooding your body with all of these, this goodness from these capsules every single day, people's benefits are going to be different. So we've got studies that prove it's helped with, you know, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, eczema, dermatitis, gut problems, PCOS, like so many different things. We've actually got 31 peer-reviewed medical studies done. So it's just not us making all of these claims. We actually have the proof of that to back it up, which is really awesome too. And the other product that we have are these amazing shakes. So there's chocolate and vanilla. These are a whole food powder. They're totally in sync with everything that we need. So they're balanced, all with the right levels of fats, carbohydrates and protein. It's one of the highest quality proteins that you can get. It's water washed. So it's one of the cleanest forms of protein, which is really digestible for our bodies, and it doesn't have any synthetic products or anything in it whatsoever. It's also packed full of 17 different fruits and veggies, and just weird things like, you know, things that you would never eat: radish sprouts, organic amaranth, organic quinoa, millet, pomegranate, spirulina, yucca powder, mushroom powder. You know, you're getting all of these amazing nutrients that you probably would hardly ever get into your bodies just from having one of these. So it also has a really amazing little nutrient in it called niacin. And niacin is like a natural mood booster. So we actually have another study that has proven that people that are on antidepressants have actually gone off their antidepressants by having one of these daily, because of they're flooding their bodies with that niacin. So, you know, that's a pretty amazing story. And to be able to fix something like that from a natural whole food product, instead of going on to, you know, all of those nasty medications, it's an awesome way. And we don't actually promote it as a meal replacement, but, you know, I know for me, I have this vanilla one every single morning for breakfast. I just whiz it up in the NutriBullet. I use frozen banana, ice, almond milk, and a bit of water, and just chuck it all in together, and I have that as I walk out the door, instead of before I was like, you know, just eating whatever scraps were left over of the girls' toast basically, because especially when I was working, I didn't really have time to get myself breakfast. So this definitely keeps me going now until lunchtime. I might just have like a piece of fruit or something, and a coffee, of course. I haven't stopped that, but I only have one a day now, whereas I was having like 3 or 4. So I think that's pretty cool. So that basically covers our products. And the other thing that we offer for every customer who goes onto our amazing products, we have an awesome program called the Juicy Body Transformation Program. So this is designed by an amazing lady called Kira Westwick. and she was one of the top 10 finalists on MasterChef a couple of years ago, and she was known as the health guru. So we're so super blessed to have her be able to create this amazing program for us to use and to offer to all of our customers. It's a private Facebook page that all of our customers get added to. There's hundreds and hundreds of amazing recipes that she's designed. They're all super family friendly. She has kids as well, and she's a true believer that she doesn't want to be cooking like special food for her and her husband and then having to cook different meals for her two girls as well. So they have, like, every week we have clean KFC. It's really super quick and easy and tastes just like KFC. It's a girl's favourite, but it's all totally clean, and it just has things like coconut oil and paprika and all those really super healthy ingredients, but they're totally really delicious. There's also like some detox programs that she's designed, so you can do like a 3-day detox, or you can do, I think it's up to a 14-day one. I haven't actually done that one, but I've done a couple of the shorter ones, and they're really good. You definitely aren't starving, and it's not just drinking juice. It's real food. I think you cut out basically wheat and a few things like that, but there's also like exercise guides, meal plans, and heaps of different stuff. So we're pretty lucky that we have access to that program as well. Sorry, my daughter's just raced down the hallway. I think she's seen a spider or something. She's freaking out. So basically that kind of covers our program and our products. And like I said before, there's so many amazing stories out there of different people and the benefits that they've actually found. And it just really depends on what your body's lacking at the moment and what it's needing. So obviously, like, a lot of people want help with their skin, hair and nails, and like the berries are definitely amazing for that. But if you've got some gut issues and problems like that going on, then it's going to start fixing all the internal stuff before it starts going on to the outside, because the body's pretty amazing like that, and it knows what's most important, and it goes to fix that first. So what we might do now is we might get, where is she? I'll just try and spotlight her. Kirsty, if you would like to wave your hand around so I can find you. Oh, there you are. I'll just spotlight you, lovely. And if you'd just like to share with us a little bit about what got you interested in the product and the business. And if you're starting to notice, I'm not sure how long you've actually been on the product for, but if you've started to notice any changes and what you're excited for.
Hi. I originally started the program. I'm actually pregnant at the moment. I was very ill during the, like, just reading stuff. You know, you work out that it's all natural. Then I kind of ummed and ahed about it for a while, and then when I finally decided, nah, that's enough, I'll do it, I ended up buying the product, and then thought, oh, well, because I'm at home all the time, because I've got 2 other kids as well, why not try the business side? I've only been 2 weeks, I think it is, but I've noticed a big change in, like, energy. Like, energy's crazy. Also, like, my 2 children are on the chews, and I've noticed a big difference in their behavior and stuff, which is good. What else? Also, with the new baby, I wasn't able to breastfeed with the previous 2 because I wasn't getting the nutrients that I was supposed to. So I'm hoping starting this will give me all that extra nutrients to actually breastfeed this time, which was a big concern for me, because that's something I really wanted to do. So yeah, hopefully I can do it this time.
Yeah, awesome. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because it was only a couple of days ago that I was reading something, and it was saying that a lot of mums were saying that their breast, like the quantity of their breast milk and how much they're producing was crazy compared to, say, their previous baby when they weren't on the product. So, yeah, that definitely sounds like you could be able to breastfeed this time, hopefully, by being on.
Yeah, hopefully, because I actually couldn't produce any milk the last 2 times. So
yeah, wow, that'd be interesting.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. It's really nice to hear your story.
Thank you.
I'll just go back over to here. So what we might just do now, I'm just going to get Tracy to share a quick little, thing that does come up quite often when people are first starting out in the business, and that's just the point of, is this a pyramid scheme? If people, you might have friends or family who have heard some things about those way back when, and so Tracy's just going to cover a little bit on that for you guys. So I'll just spotlight you. Thanks, Tracy.
And then I just turn myself off. I'm Tracy. I guess a little bit of a very quick background. I've actually been in the business, I've been on the product since February now, and been in the business about 3 or 4 months after that. And when I first, like everybody else, when I first came across the product, I was like, oh yeah, this sounds great. Got on board with the product and started seeing the results massively myself, but I wasn't interested in the business side of things. And I was working in a very a very busy role at the time, doing marketing and business development. And I was having such great success literally overnight with the product, with energy levels and just feeling better and all the rest of it, that I did, I chatted with my mate about it and said, is this a pyramid scheme? I didn't even know what a pyramid scheme was. And so I actually then, because my mum asked me the same question, and then I actually went, okay, what actually is it? And I Googled it. It became illegal in the 70s, I think it was. But what gave it a bad name back then was the pyramid schemes were actually, there was no products involved or something. And I think it was all, you signed people up. It was just a mass sign up, and the higher you were, the more money you made, which that's pretty much the opposite to what we do here. And when I actually started thinking about general business and the business I was working in at the time as well, I actually went, well, hang on a second, that's more of a pyramid than what we're actually doing here. And the reason why I sort of say that is the business that I worked in, we had the boss at the top, obviously. So she was, the head honcho. We all worked for her. Underneath her, we had the CFO and the general manager. And then underneath her, we had me plus another manager. And then underneath us, we had... it was a footwear company, so we had our receptionist, our admin staff, and all the rest of it. And I can tell you that I was getting, there was no way I was ever going to be the boss of that business, because I didn't make the shoes, and that was her business. And so when you're looking at that structure, it was very much a pyramid. And that's where I kind of went, oh, hold the phones. That's interesting. And I was getting pressure from my bosses, the next line up, to perform at a certain level. And then I was putting pressure on the girls underneath me, because my job was reflective of them, on what they were doing as well. And, point blank, unless I left, they weren't going to get a promotion, and we're all fighting for that next thing. So I guess with the Juice Plus business, what I love about it is it actually flips it on its head. So I've got my whiteboard, but I'm never going to use it tonight because you get the gist of what I'm talking about. But I guess when we look at the Juice Plus business, we all come in at the bottom level, but it's, it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter if you've got a degree. It doesn't matter how much money you've got going into this. You all start at the same level, and then you work your way up. But the thing is, it's a teaching and learning business. So whereas in my old job, you had to fight for your next level, or the business had to actually grow for you to get into that position. And chances are, like what they actually did with me, they brought in 2 guys above me anyway. So, there's no chance getting there. Whereas with this business, it's all about, building and teaching and training, and everybody's, got room to step up, and there's plenty of room at the top there, which is what I absolutely love. And it's, you're all giving each other high fives when you get promotions and all the rest of it. We're all trying to, the person above you, or what we call our upline, top line, front line. I'm having a mental block, Tanika.
Yeah, upline, that's it.
So I see, for example, Tanika is one of my uplines. I see her as more of a mentor than a manager or anything like that when you're talking about traditional business, because Tanika's training me so that I can do exactly the same as what she's doing and get to the same level, and there's plenty of room there. And then it's the same as I'm then going to teach the girls who are in my team as well, so that they can then teach the girls who are going to be in their team. So it's all about teaching and training, and you certainly can't get into this business if it's all about just getting to the top, because it's not going to work. You have to actually care what, first of all about people's health and wellness, and then also about teaching and training others to do what we're doing. So it is really cool, and you're getting paid along the way, which is the best thing about this. And I can tell you right now, didn't matter how hard I worked in my other business, I certainly wasn't getting pay rises every month. So look, it works for me. So if it's of interest to you guys, chat to the person who invited you along.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Trace. That's a good share. And so true. And I think sometimes when people ask, is it one of those pyramid things, they don't really know what they're asking, but they've heard of them and they know that sometimes they were bad way back when. So once you kind of explain that situation and traditional businesses, they're like, oh, cool. Okay. So yeah, that sounds good. And like Tracy said, everyone can work their way up and get to the top. And it is genuinely, you really do need to care about people. You need to help other people to get to where you want to get to. And when you're helping them get to their positions, then obviously that's going to help you get to yours as well. So thank you very much, Trace. Now we're going to have a little chat to Hayley. And Hayley's also one of the amazing girls who's launching tonight. So I'll just find Hayley. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hi, Hayley. How are you?
Hi, Tanika. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So if you'd like to just share a little bit about how long you've been in the business for maybe, and what got your interest and what you're excited about.
I've only just recently got involved in the business. I've been on the product for 4 months now. My friends Beck and Tracy were taking it a few months before me, and I was interested straight away. Took me a little while to jump on board, but I've got a 5-month-old baby, so I made the decision to start working 1 day a week from home when she was 4 weeks old. So I was feeling very run down, tired from waking up through the night. I've got a 4-year-old who was waking up through the night as well. And I was breastfeeding. I thought, I've just got to give this a go. And within probably 2 weeks, my energy levels were just up. I was feeling really good. My skin's cleared up so much. We're just craving fresh produce, which is really good. Been making green juices every day. And then my partner's got on board too. He was always very skeptical, but he's seen the results as well. And he's referring the product to all of his mates too, which is good. And our 4-year-old's on the chews too. And she's loving them, asking for them all the time. And I think just because we're referring so many people, we just thought, well, why not give the business a go?
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's good.
Thank you.
Story. And I think that's so true. So many times it is the husbands who are a bit skeptical at first, and they're kind of like, okay, well, you do the, you take the product or whatever, and let's see if it works for you kind of thing. I'm not taking it. And then when they do see firsthand the kind of results that we're getting, that's when they decide to jump on board. And I know for me as well, and so many of us others who are on this call tonight, energy, especially for us crazy busy mums or crazy busy business people, that is one of the first benefits that we really do notice, is that increase in energy. You're not dragging yourself through in the afternoons, that 2 or 3 o'clock kind of slump, craving sugar and things like that. So, and I think also, like, a lot of us really notice as well, first up is that clarity, that kind of lift that you have, and you probably don't even realize you have it before you start on the product, but once you start on the product, and everything kind of in your mind just seems a lot clearer. And I know for me, I kind of seemed like I could really function and handle each day as it came. I didn't feel so overwhelmed and flustered. So that's another awesome benefit that we that we definitely notice straight up as well. So now I'm just going to share a little bit about another little concern that a lot of people do have when they're first coming into the business, and that's that I don't know many people. So I know I was definitely like that when I was having a chat to Kylie about everything, and I'm like, well, you know, I do know people, but I don't know if I kind of know enough who would be interested in doing this business to really be successful. So I just thought I'd share a little bit with you on, don't mind my daughter there, both of them there. So one of the things is that we don't know many people. So this is just a little bit of a visual thing that you can, that kind of explains it a bit better. So this is me. I'm coming into the business, and it might not happen in the first day or the first week or maybe not even the first month, but over time, hopefully, you know, within a month or so, you're going to reach out to a couple of people, or they might come to you asking what you're up to, and you're going to share it with 2 other people. So, and then those 2 people do exactly the same. So they're coming into the business and they're sharing it with another 2 people. Now these 4 people go and share it with another 2 people. That's 8. And as you can see, it goes down and we kind of end up with, over time, 32 people in the business. So how our kind of business really took off in Australia, with a guy called Adam Westwick, who joined the business around 2.5 years now. He got very, very curious as to what a guy in the UK was doing. He was making ridiculous amounts of money in such a short amount of time, and he really just studied exactly what he was doing. And what Adam found was that the guys were still following our system, you know, like we have a pretty good system. The company's been around for over 40 years now, and I think the product's coming up to 30 years. But what they found was, instead of thinking, you know, to introduce it to 2 people, their magic number was 5. And what this kind of shows is, if over time you introduce the business to 5 people, then they go and do the same, is 25, and then those people introduce it to 5, becomes 125, 625, and then if those 625 introduce it to 5 people, we end up with over 3,000 people in our team. Now, you definitely do not need this many in your team. You probably don't even need that many in your team to be really successful and make a really good living out of this. But the magic thing is, it's just introducing it to an extra 3 people. And as you can see, like 32 people compared to over 3,000 people, just by introducing it to another 3 people is really where the magic happens. And once he found out about this and he decided, let's duplicate that, let's do what they're doing, they're being so successful, it's just going crazy over in the UK. The US had decided to kind of adapt to that same system as well. So we decided to do that. And actually our team now has broken all the records worldwide in Juice Plus. So we're actually the fastest growing team, which is pretty awesome. So that kind of just gives you a little bit of an idea of, you don't need to know that many people. And I'm sure like a few of you girls who have just started in the business have probably thought of that as well, that, oh, I don't know if I could do this, I don't really know that many people. So that just gives you a bit of an idea of the power of numbers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cross over to Christy, who's our last lovely lady to launch tonight and share her story. So I'm just going to spotlight you, lovely, and if you want to just take yourself off mute. Oh, yep, there we go. So hi, how are you?
I'm good, Tanika. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So if you want to just share with us a little bit about what, you know, how long you've been in the business for and what kind of got your interest and what you're excited about.
Alrighty, well, Miss Lee, who I'm looking at now, got me excited about the product. I've only been taking Juice Plus since the 1st of November, and already am feeling so much more clarity. That fog that comes to my mind every day has gone. That afternoon sugar craving has gone as well. I'm no longer craving fatty foods either. It's all just healthy. yeah, I'm feeling so much better. And I have just started, I just joined the business, I think it was like maybe a couple of days ago now. So I'm very, very new to it, but I'm loving the product, and I'm wanting my husband and daughter to get on it as well. They're a little bit skeptical, but seeing me the way that I am now as well is getting them excited about it. So, and I'm just excited about sharing the naturalness of this with so many other people that we think that we're eating healthy and we think we're getting all our fruit and veg every day, and clearly not. I thought I was doing that as well, and I'm not. I am now. But yeah, so that's what I'm excited about.
Awesome. Thank you. And it's funny that you mentioned those benefits that you're already starting to notice after only being on the product for like not even 6 weeks now. So that's really good to hear that you're already noticing those changes. So now what I'm going to just chat to you about is the really exciting part of this business, and the thing that probably got me really interested was when I was told that we actually get paid 3 ways in this business. I'd worked at a school for a long time, and basically I got paid 1 way, and that was if I showed up. And I definitely didn't get to determine how much I got. I think in the 10 years or 5 years that I was at the same school, I got like $1 pay rise an hour in that 5 years, so that was pretty crap. So I'm just going to explain to you guys a little bit about how we get paid in this business. So one of the first ways that we get paid is retail. So when we're sharing the product and sharing what we're excited about, or some of the benefits that we have already started to notice and connect other people with the product, we're getting paid the retail on that. Can you guys hear me? It's saying that my internet connection's not very good. Oh, cool. Okay. So that's the first way that we get paid. The really awesome thing about this as well is that we're basically just connecting the customer to the product, and we have an amazing head office down in Newcastle that basically does the rest for us. So we're not having to hold a lot of stock like a lot of companies. They have to hold a lot of stock. We don't have to hold anything. We basically have our own product that we take, and that's the only stock that we have. We connect the customer, head office ship the product directly to them, and they take the money straight out of the customer's account. That's basically all we have to do, and we get paid for sharing that. And if you kind of put it into perspective of how we run our business, it is all about sharing, and it's about helping people with their health. And we get paid to do that. So, you know, we're just going about our day-to-day life. If, for example, we went out for dinner to an amazing restaurant that we really, really loved, we would either share it on Facebook, we'd talk to our friends about how amazing it is, like, you've got to go there, you know, it's so amazing, they have this and this and this. But are we getting paid to do that? Like, are the restaurants paying us to send customers to them? No. So this is just a way that we can get rewarded for sharing what we're excited about and what we're loving. So the second way that we get paid is commission. So as we start to build team and we start to have a good customer base and things like that, we're getting paid a percentage of what's going through our business. So that's the second way that we get paid. And the third way we get paid is the really super fun way, and that's bonuses. So as we kind of mentioned before, this is all about teaching and helping other people in your team get started, and teaching them basically exactly what you've just gone and done before them. And obviously we're not creating anything, we're just recreating and following what our leaders have done and what they've taught us. So we have a really amazing system. We don't need to recreate anything. As long as we follow the system, we're going to be successful. And we have a little motto in our team that the bonuses must be spent on us. So that's just a really nice way to reward yourself for the hard, not that it's hard work, but you know, sometimes it does take a little bit of time and to build yourself up in your confidence and your belief and things like that. But we get rewarded for that. So Kylie and I, we actually got a really nice bonus last month, so we spent them on ourselves. I got a lounge that you can see behind me, And Kylie bought herself a Louis Vuitton handbag that I always steal when we go out. So, you know, it's just nice that and it's such a good feeling to know that, you know, you've worked for this and you really truly deserve it. And it's just an indication of how many people's lives that we're actually changing out there, and we should be recognised for that. So our company is really a company with the heart. They really do look after us. These bonuses are actually coming from the company themselves. They're not coming from selling product or anything like that. So it's a really nice way that they're showing their appreciation, I suppose, for us. So I'll just go into a little bit about the retail, just to give you a little bit of an idea as when you're starting, what the potential that you could be earning. So as I was talking before about the premium product, which is the fruit, veg and berry capsules, when you come into this business, you're earning $61 for every product, premium product that you're sharing with people. So you connect the customer to the product and you're getting $61 landing in your bank account. So that's pretty awesome. So, you know, over time, if you say have 5 customers for the month, you can see how it's all kind of adding up, and it's basically just by sharing the product. And this can go down, so depending on kind of where you are in the business at that time, the maximum that we can earn on sharing the product and connecting the customer is $110. So there's like 72 in there and 92 and just a few different things like that. But this is the maximum that we can earn for each order. So that's pretty amazing too. And then the bonus with the bonuses. So one of the first levels that we get to, the first bonus is a nice $400 bonus. And as I mentioned before, it's a teaching business. So not only is the person getting the $400 that actually got the promotion, but the person who actually introduced them to the business and taught them how to do what they've just done also gets the $400 bonus. So that's pretty awesome too. Then the next bonus is like $600, $1,200, $1,500, which is what Kylie and I just got, and it goes down to over $10,000. And I think now it's there's some more bonuses even after that. So that's pretty amazing, and it's just a really nice way to be recognised for what you're doing. And it's really a true indication of, you know, how many people out there you are really helping with their health. And a lot of the time people are really struggling with 2 things in life. Basically, it's their health and or their wealth. So we really have an amazing opportunity here where we can actually help people with both of that. And it's super, super easy. It's super fun. All you need to have basically is a phone and the internet. And that's the thing that I really love about this business. You know, you can do it from anywhere, wherever you want, wherever you want, and with whoever you want. And we're surrounded by so much positivity in our team, which is so different to a lot of jobs and businesses that I've been in, when people are trying to fight for that promotion and only one person can get it. And like Tracy explained before, in this business, it's all about helping people. And if you help people, you're going to get what you want in return. And it's just so nice to be around such positive, inspiring people. And I always say this business is like a personal development course in disguise, because I have got so much. I could never, you know, be sitting here taking this Zoom and hosting tonight 12 months ago. There's no way. I remember even when Kylie asked me to share my story, I was so nervous. I was like, my hands were sweating. I'm thinking, what am I going to say? I started writing down what I was going to say, and I'm like, no, I'm going to stuff that up, you know. And to think that 12 months later I can just host a whole event like this, it really, and it's purely just because of this business. You know, you just get so much personal development out of it, and you know that you're totally surrounded by people who are not judging. They're there to lift you up, and you know, they're inspired by you as well. So I really, you know, if you're really interested in either the product or the business, or you've got some questions that you need answered and you're not quite sure about a couple of things, please reach out to the person that invited you tonight, and I know they'll definitely be happy to get your questions answered for you. So thank you so much to everyone for jumping on. Thank you to the amazing 3 girls for sharing. It was really nice to hear your story, and we're super excited to, you know, be on this journey with you girls and watch you grow as well. well. So thank you everyone for jumping on, and we shall talk to you later. Bye.